So I heard we're taking this test about like Benjamin Franklin and electricity, the Constitution, lightning, whatever. But I don't know anything about it because I was absent from school and now there's a test and I don't know anything about Ben Franklin and I cannot fail this test. What am I gonna do? I'm so mad about this. I wish somebody would just like magically appear out of nowhere and tell me all about him or something. Who are you? I am you. Except I'm more knowledgeable, and I am a ghost who has been sent here to tell you all about Benjamin Franklin. I'm going to play a video where you'll learn all about him. Start the video right now. He was born on January 17, 1706 in Boston, Massachusetts. Benjamin Franklin was many things, including a scientist. He developed the theory of electricity. He had more than 200 inventions, including the Franklin stove, bifocal glasses. You can see how it works right here. There's a top part and a bottom part. And also, he invented the lightning rod. I'll talk about that more later. Benjamin Franklin was also a statesman and a politician. He had crucial aid in the French Revolution. He came to France in 1772, and then he returned to the United States permanently from France in 1785. He attended the U.S. Constitution, and he was the oldest delegate there. He signed the U.S. Declaration of Independence, too. He was elected to England Royal Society in 1756. He journeyed to England as an agent of the Pennsylvania Assembly, and he served as a colonial representative in England. Also, he sailed to England when he was only 17 years old and got a job as a printer. He was elected to the Pennsylvania Colonial Legislature and he entered politics, and he accepted to be the president of the Executive Council of Pennsylvania when he was 80 years old. Benjamin Franklin was a writer, too. He wrote something called Poor Richard's Almanac. Benjamin Franklin made a quote. It was, "Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise." He died on April 17, 1790 in Philadelphia. He was 84 years old. Now there's some other facts about Benjamin Franklin. He developed a postal system. He was also a wealthy businessman. He was self-educated. He began to work full-time when he was only 10 years old. He became the owner of the Philadelphia Gazette in 1725. He studied foreign languages, and he's also on the $100 bill. Okay, now I'm going to talk about lightning rods. Lightning rods are a device that protects homes and buildings from lightning damage. It's common to have a metal rod installed on top of a building. A wire cable goes from the rod on the roof to a ground rod that is buried at least 10 feet underground. Ground rods should be as straight as possible. If a building has several metal supports, they should be connected to a lightning rod and have several ground conductors. The invention of the lightning rod was announced by Benjamin Franklin in 1753. Benjamin Franklin observed that objects with static electricity can be discharged by holding a grounded metal needle nearby. Then he realized that tall pointed grounded rods on buildings would help prevent lightning. Lightning rods were thought to form a cone with an angle of 45 degrees, and any part of the building within this cone was thought to be safe. This statement is generally true, but there were some cases where it was not true. Okay, now I'm going to talk about down conductors. They are led to the ground from a network of horizontal and vertical roof conductors. They are made out of copper or aluminum wire that is 0.8 inches in diameter. The size of them are made mainly by mechanical considerations rather than the current carrying capacity. When voltage from lightning hits the ground, the down conductor will send the voltage over the protected building. This is known as a side flash. Buildings rarely use vertical rods. Horizontal rods along roof edges and vulnerable parts are the best. They lessen the chance of side flash on buildings. A combination of horizontal and vertical rods give the best protection. Okay, now I'm going to talk about lightning. Lightning is usually an electrical discharge. A lightning discharge can heat up the air. This heated air causes expansion in the air as an explosion, creating a shock wave that turns into a sound wave when reaching the human ear. This is known as thunder. The thunder travels in all directions from lightning at about 730 miles per hour. When there is lightning, the upper part of the cloud is positively charged and the middle of the cloud is negatively charged. The bottom of the cloud is also negatively charged for the most part. It causes the part of the ground underneath to become positively charged. There's something called cloud-to-ground lightning, which is the best understood among the different types of lightning. It's where the lightning starts inside the cloud and a surge of electrons move to the cloud base and then to the ground. The tallest objects in the area are usually struck because it provides the most rapid form of current transit to the lowest energy state. There are different types of lightning. There's heat lightning, also called clear air lightning. There's forked lightning, because it seems to be crooked or forked. There's ribbon lightning. It's when lightning looks like a ribbon hanging from the cloud. There's bead lightning, when lightning looks like a series of beads on a string. There's sheet lightning. It appears as a white sheet and happens when a lightning flash happens within a cloud. And the last one is called ball lightning because it often appears as a luminous sphere in the sky. The causes of these different forms of lightning remain a subject in intensive meteorological research. Okay, now I'm going to talk about electricity because Benjamin Franklin is famous for his experiments with electricity and he discovered the whole theory of electricity. Electrical charges are either positive or negative. Charges with the same sign repel and opposite signs attract. A coulomb is a unit of electrical discharge. It is named after Charles Coulomb. He studied electricity just like Ben Franklin. Most objects contain nearly equal numbers of electrons and protons. There's static electricity. It can cause a familiar electric shock. The excess charge sparks to a nearby person. Some objects are very sensitive to static. Computer technicians often wear a wrist strap to block electrical charges. An electric field is the concept to describe how one electric charge exerts force onto another distant electric charge. Metals and water are good conductors of electricity. An ampere is the unit of electric current. A volt is the unit of voltage. An ohm is the unit of resistance. A watt is the unit of electrical power. The product of voltage and current equals electrical power. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the U.S. Constitution again, because Benjamin Franklin was a big part of that. The U.S. Constitution was a document written in 1787 that established the frame of government for the United States of America. A group of delegates at the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania wrote the Constitution. Their goal was to create a stronger federal government than the Articles of Confederation had provided. The Articles of Confederation created a central government for the United States of America when the 13 colonies declared independence. It created a government run by Congress without president or judicial system. It was proving to be insufficient to some Americans by 1786. Congress could not enforce taxes, regulate commerce between states, and compel state cooperation. The Constitutional Convention met in Philadelphia on May 25, 1787. 55 people attended and 39 people signed the final document. Benjamin Franklin, Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, and George Washington were some people who attended. Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Ghost Sir. You taught me so much from that video. You are welcome. I will see you again February 2014 for another documentary. For now, bye. Okay, well, bye, I guess.